Hello students, welcome to all of you once again. So last lectures that are projectiles lecture 1 to lecture 4. Such 4 lectures we completely discussed about oblique projectile motion. Oblique projectile motion related number of topics we covered. Now in this lecture we are going to see another type of projectile that is called horizontal projectile. Horizontal projectile. Very simple. In the total derivation of oblique projectile, if we substitute angle theta is equal to 0 degree, then we get the total equations related to horizontal projectile also. But we are doing separately. First of all, what is called horizontal projectile? If any body is projected with an initial velocity u by making an angle theta equal to 0 degree to the horizontal, such projectile is called horizontal projectile. 0 is less than 90, 0 is less than theta, less than 90, such type of projectile is called oblique projectile we know. If theta is equal to 0 degree, that is called a horizontal projectile. Suppose if theta is equal to 90 degree, such projectile is called a vertical projectile. Now horizontal projectile related, see, first of all, this is a two-dimensional coordinate system, x-axis, y-axis, here O. Along the horizontal, one body is projected with an initial velocity like that. From certain height from the ground with an initial velocity. Actually what we know, it cannot travel like this continuously. Because of gravity, it falls on the ground on the surface. It falls on the ground at anywhere. Suppose if it can be traveled like this and it was fallen on this location. This you consider A, this you consider B. This is the path of this horizontal projectile. In its journey, at anywhere you consider one of the point P with coordinates x comma y. What does it mean? You see, along horizontal it was travelled displacement to x till this point. Along vertical from this, it was travelled displacement of y. Then two coordinates we are deriving now. Two coordinates. First coordinate, along horizontal you take. Along horizontal. Its motion is in two dimension, means separately we have to derive. First, along horizontal means what is the initial velocity? We projected with u. Along horizontal we projected with the u initial velocity. So its velocity ux is equal to u, and its acceleration along x-axis is 0. So many times we discussed about this, because when the body is in air, it will not affected by the acceleration along horizontal. Its change in velocity affects only with the gravity. So gravity acts in vertical direction, then along horizontal change in velocity is 0, then its acceleration is also 0. Suppose after time t, its displacement, consider it as x. Now from equation of motion, what we can write? S is equal to ut plus half at square. S nothing but along horizontal x, u nothing but ut plus half r 0 into t square. Then along horizontal, its displacement after time t is equal to x is equal to ut. Along horizontal, its displacement after time t, x is equal to ut. Okay. Similarly, along vertical I am deriving. Along vertical. So along vertical means with respect to y-axis. With respect to y-axis, so it seems to be like freely falling body, because we projected along like this. So at its initial position, velocity along horizontal only lies. Along vertical, it seems to be like a freely falling body. And its acceleration, falling downward means we will take plus z. Falling downward means we will take plus z. And its displacement after time t, consider it as y, because along vertical. Same equation you take from equation of motion. S is equal to ut plus half at square. S can be y is equal to 0 into t plus half g t square. Therefore, displacement after time half g t square. This is the vertical displacement after time t. This is the horizontal displacement after time t. Therefore, total displacement after time small t. Total displacement after time small t. How we can write? S bar equal to xi cap plus yj cap, then x nothing but ut into I cap plus half gt square into j cap. Now in magnitude form, if we write in magnitude form, then s can be square root of ut whole square x square plus half gt square whole square y square. So this is in magnitude form. Okay. From equation 2, you see, from equation 2, y is equal to half g t square we know. Y is equal to half g into t means, you see, t nothing but x by u here. Time taken t is equal to x by u. So x by u whole square, then y is equal to, it can be g by 2u square into x square. G by 2u square into x square, it can be y is equal to ax square, possible to write, where capital A is equal to g by 2u square, that is one constant. So this is also equation for the projectile motion of parabolic path. So y is equal to ax square also represent parabolic path equation. Then what we conclude finally? The path of horizontal projectile is also parabola. So the path of horizontal projectile is also parabola. This is the concept related derivation. But you see, directly how we can know? See, consider oblique projectile. Oblique projectile related equations once you see. Oblique projectile related. What is oblique projectile related? For this equation, x equal to u cos theta into t. See the previous lectures. Here horizontal means theta, substitute it as 0 degree. Then what we get? X equal to cos 0 ut. Okay. No need to derive again for solving of problems I am saying. If you remember oblique projectile equations, then substitute theta equal to 0 there. Automatically we get the total horizontal equations. This one also what it is for oblique, y equal to u sin theta into t minus half gt square actually. Here also substitute theta equal to 0, y equal to sin 0, 0, total term 0. Here minus y we taken. A is taken it as minus z there because it was projected in vertically upward. But here A is taken it as plus z. So it comes it as half g t square. See this one? Okay. Final equation also what it is? Final equation also. Final equation y equal to tan theta into x minus g by 2u square cos square theta into x square. This is the final equation for oblique. There also substitute theta is equal to 0 for horizontal. Then we what we get? Tan 0, 0, total term gets cancelled. This minus will comes it as g by 2u square cos 0, 1. So into x square. See this equation, you see both are same. So for concept related I was derived actually, but no need to derive this one. Okay. if you remember oblique projectile equations, just by substituting theta equal to 0 degree in that derivations, we get total equations of horizontal projectile also. Okay, clear this derivation? See, one simple example. Suppose this is a horizontal projectile. A projectile was projected with an initial velocity 20 meter per second along horizontal. After time t is equal to 2 seconds, what is its total displacement? He asked. What is its total displacement? Total displacement nothing but what I said, ut I cap plus half gt square j cap. This only we derived now. Take g is equal to 10 meter per second square, then s equal to ut, u into t, 20 into 2, 40 I cap plus half g means 10 into t square, 2 square nothing but 4. Okay, 2 ones are 2 twos are j cap. Finally, what we get? 40 I cap plus 20 j cap in vector form. In magnitude form, if you want to find square root of 40 square plus 20 square. Solving that, we get the answer. So, this is the situation. Initial velocity vector also possible to write. Initial velocity vector. Initial velocity vector, what it is? U bar equal to uxi plus uyj. Uxi plus uyz. Then what happened? U bar equal to ux, what it is? U only. Along y-axis, its motion is like nothing but a freely falling body. So 0 j cap. Finally, what we get? U bar equal to ui cap only. Final velocity u only. Got it? And the next very important, final velocity. Final velocity vector after t seconds. Final velocity vector after t seconds. Go for oblique projectile. For oblique, final velocity vector after t second, what we got? Vx equal to u cos theta into t. Remember this one? Vy equal to u minus u sin theta minus gt. We got. There substitute theta is equal to 0 degree. Then what we get? First term Vx equal to ut. This one Vy equal to gt because gravity taken it as positive here. Okay. This is for shortcut method. Now derivation point of view, you see, this is a projectile like this. Its path was started. Suppose after time small t seconds x comma y. So here also two-dimensional related we have to derive. Along horizontal. Along horizontal, what is initial velocity? Ux equal to u. Its acceleration will not affected along horizontal. So acceleration along x-axis is also 0. Time taken to be t. Final velocity we should find. Then which equation is possible? From equation v equal to u plus at, v equal to u plus 0 into t, then vx equal to u only. See this? Vx equal to u cos theta only. Here vx equal to u only, not into t. Vx equal to u cos theta. Okay. With this we conclude one more point. Along horizontal its velocity will not change. Then its change in velocity along horizontal is also 0. Change in velocity along horizontal is also 0. Change in momentum along horizontal is also 0. Clear? Because initial and final velocities are not changing at anywhere in its motion. Velocity is maintaining it as constant along x-axis. So change in velocity is 0. If the change in velocity is 0, then its momentum is also 0. Next one, along vertical, you see. Along vertical, Along vertical, it seems to be like freely falling body. Initial velocity is 0. Acceleration taken to be plus z. After time small t, its final velocity we should find. Now from equation of motion, same. V equal to u plus at. Vy is equal to 0 plus gt. Then vertical component velocity Vy is equal to gt. Got it? In vector form you write. In vector form, V bar is equal to Vxi Vyj. So Ui plus Gt into j cap. In magnitude form directly, square root u square plus Gt whole square. U square plus Gt whole square, because Vx equal to u, Vy equal to Gt. And also one more point, direction of resultant also possible to find here. If we consider this is alpha, then it will be Vy, it will be Vx. See, direction of resultant also possible to find. Here, this is Vx you consider, this is Vy. If we consider this is alpha, then it becomes Vy. Then tan alpha is equal to actually Vy by Vx. Then tan alpha is equal to Vy Gt by u. Alpha is equal to tan inverse of Gt by u. Okay. For this same example, you see g equal to 10 meter per second square. For this same example, what is the final velocity vector? He asked. This one, final velocity vector. Same example, v bar equal to u. U what it is? 20 I cap plus gt. G value 10, this one 2. 20 j cap. Final velocity vector. U I cap plus gt into j cap. Then its magnitude from what we get? 20 root 2. That's all. 20 root 2 meter per second. 20 square plus 20 square. Okay, got it. Initial velocity vector, this one, u only. Displacement vector, this one, after time t. Final velocity vector, this one, v bar equal to vxi plus vyj. Here the important remembering points. Along horizontal, its velocity will not changes. In oblique projectile also, we concluded the same point. Just in the total oblique projectile derivation, just by placing theta equal to 0 degree, we get the total values with respect to this horizontal projectile. And small g can be placed with as minus z replaced with plus z. Got it? Basic fundamental equations we derived. Next one you see, motion parameters of an horizontal projectile. Motion parameters of an horizontal projectile. So what are the motion parameters? Motion parameters related in oblique projectile, what we derived? Time of ascent, time of descent, time of flight, maximum height, horizontal range, such words we derived. But in this motion parameters related, you see, this is a two-dimensional coordinate system, x comma y. One of the projectile is projected with an initial velocity u, and it was started like this and falls on this ground. This one O, this one A, this one B. Got it? In its journey at anywhere you consider P is one of the point with coordinates x comma y. This height you consider it as h, height of the body from the ground. Got it? First term, it is falling from certain height to the ground. Got it? It is falling from certain height to the ground. Time taken by the projectile or time taken by the body to reach the ground from certain height is called time of descent actually. Time of descent. So first parameter, time of descent. It can be T suffix D. time of descent, first parameter. So time of descent, actually what we can say, the total time taken by the projectile to reach the ground from certain height. Means time of descent we are calculating along vertical direction. So along vertical we should take the values. Now along vertical direction, what are the terms you see? First term, initial velocity is 0. Falling vertically downwards, initial velocity is 0. Its acceleration is taken to be plus g. Okay. We should find a time. Displacement nothing but the height of the body falling from the ground. Displacement nothing but vertical direction, this height of the body. And time we should find. Time you consider as t suffix d. See these letters u, a, s, t. Now from equation of motion, S is equal to ut plus half at square. What we can write? See, S nothing but the height of the tower or body, h is equal to u0 into t plus half g, a nothing but a g into t square. H is equal to 0 into t plus half g t square. Therefore, h is equal to half g t square. This is the height of the body from the ground. If you know the time, then we can find. Here we should find the time of descent. Therefore, td square is equal to 2h by g. Therefore, time of descent, or very important point, it is also called it as time of flight here. Time of descent or time of flight, both are same for the horizontal projectile. In case of oblique projectile, we have different terms, but the values are same for ascent and descent. Time of ascent not there here. Actually, time of ascent, what is the definition? The time taken by the projectile to reach the highest point is called time of ascent. Time taken by the projectile to reach the ground from the highest point is called time of descent. So t equal to time of descent is equal to square root of 2h by g. Got it? And one more point here we should write, horizontal range. Horizontal range nothing but along x-axis how much of distance it was travelled, that is called horizontal range. Along x-axis how much of distance it was travelled is called horizontal range. So horizontal range related, which terms we have to take? Along horizontal we should take the terms. Now along horizontal, what is the initial velocity? U only. Along x-axis, its acceleration is 0, we know. S is equal to capital R. Time taken to be time of descent, because from this point to this point to reach the ground, total time nothing but time of descent. Okay, same equation you take, same equation, S equal to ut plus half at square. Related, S nothing but R is equal to U into T suffix D plus 0, because acceleration is 0. Therefore, R is equal to U into time of descent, R is equal to U into square root of 2h by g. This is said to be horizontal range of the projectile. Got it? So time of descent to horizontal range, these parameters only here defined, because time of ascent not there, time of descent nothing but time of flight. Along x-axis horizontal range, there we have range, maximum height also not there here, because maximum height nothing but from the dropping location how much of height it is there, that is called maximum height. No need to derive this one. In case of oblique projectile, we should derive maximum height also. Got it? So time of descent nothing but this value, horizontal range nothing but this value. Okay, see one simple example. Suppose a horizontal projectile is projected with an initial velocity 20 meter per second. With an initial velocity 20 meter per second, its g is equal to some 10 meter per second square. Then what is the time taken if it is projected from the height of 40 meter? If it is projected from the height of 40 meter, what is the time of descent and what is the horizontal range traveled by the projectile? Simple, you see. A horizontal projectile is projected with an initial velocity 20 meter per second along horizontal x-axis, and it was dropped from the height of 40 meter. Then what is its time of descent and what is the horizontal range? So time of descent formula, what we know? Square root of 2h by g directly. So square root of 2 into h from how much of height to 40 by g is taken to be 10. No need with the velocity here to find the descent. 0 gets cancelled, root 8 seconds, nothing but 2 root 2 seconds time of descent. Horizontal range r is equal to u into directly td. U, how much of value? 20 into time of descent 20 root 2 we got. What is the horizontal range? 40 root 2 meters is the horizontal range of the projectile. So these are the basic points related to horizontal projectile. So this is projectiles lecture number 5. In coming lectures we go for applications of this horizontal projectile. Thank you all of you. Bye.